Welcome back to the Hammersmith DIY channel. My name's Wyatt Groff, the owner of Hammersmith, and in today's product review video we're going to be talking to you about a range of lounge and chest legs. In front of me here is a range of lounge and chest legs that we manufacture at our factory in Adelaide in Australia. And today I want to talk to you about the different legs that we produce and cover, I guess, what styles we have and the timbers and that sort of thing. So what I'm going to do is break it down pretty simply into our range of turn legs that you see here and then our range of square legs that you see here. So let's get started. So starting with our range of turn legs here, I wanted to very briefly show you each leg, just give you the product code for this particular leg, and I'll include the links to each of these codes in the description below so you can quickly jump to our website to see them. As always, our website you can see up there, hammersmith.com.au. All these products are available online for you to purchase and we deliver anywhere in Australia. So let's get started. First leg is this little button leg here, the product code. So all of these legs, they start with the code FL. So F for furniture, L for leg, so furniture leg. So FL043. This is a pretty simple leg. We call it just a bun foot. It's got a little hole in the bottom and a small hole in the top here. The idea being that your piece of furniture, you would use some sort of screw just to screw it to the underside of the furniture there. So as I said, FL043. We move on to a slightly different alternative for that leg. Same sort of scenario where you've got the hole in the bottom and the smaller one in the top there for the same fixing method. This product code is FL115. I won't get into any of the dimensions of these products because there's a fair bit to cover, and when you click, hopefully by seeing the products here in this video, you'll get a bit of a feel for the size of these products. But on our website we've got all CAD drawings and information so you can actually look at the dimensions. The next product here is FL877. Same sort of thing, you've got a fixing hole in the bottom there, just another sort of bun leg, similar to the others, a bit taller, a bit more detail, but the same sort of effect. Then we have another bun foot. Once again, this one though is a bit bigger in diameter. The product code for this one is FL612, and you can see, as I said, a little bit more detail in this product. Same sort of fixing method with that hole in the bottom. Now we move into some different legs in terms of the fixing mechanisms. These next four legs I'm going to show you all use what we call a lag screw, and this particular lag screw is 5/16. That's an imperial measurement, but it's just something that's sort of gone over the years. So this particular leg here that you see, product code is FL385, quite a nice looking turned lounge or chest leg depending on what you're wanting to put it on. We do a similar version of that but a slightly smaller in size. You can see the two differences here for these products. This particular product code is FL032, and the same sort of thing here with the different fixing method. Then we move into some round tapered legs here. You can see the difference between the two here. The first one is FL492, and then a slightly shorter one but bigger in diameter is FL387. Once again, all the dimensions for these products you can see on our website. And finally we move into two sort of different fixing legs. This one here has a wooden pin on the top, which is 25mm in diameter, so you could drill yourself a 25mm hole, just fixed in place and glue it in place. If you wanted to, you could always just cut that off and then purchase one of these sorts of lag screws that you can get from your local hardware store if you're looking for something a bit different. But this leg is FL026, and quite a nice turn leg. You compare it to one of these ones here, you can see it sits quite a bit higher. And then finally, something altogether different to the other two, because in this particular one we've got a square block and then we've got a turning underneath here. If you look at the size of that compared to the FL026, you can see it's a similar size height. This particular leg is, the product code for this one is FL4 430. And you know, from a fixing point of view, you could, if you had a piece of furniture, maybe a very small coffee table or something, you could run a rail off of that, or you could just, you know, mount a board to the top of it, depending on what you're wanting to do. Now we're going to move on to our range of square legs as distinct from the turn ones. These are the square styles. And there's a reasonable range of products here that we sell. This particular item here, similar to some of those turn ones, they come with a drill hole in the bottom, a small hole here, and as you can see, this is quite a short leg. Product code for this one is FL611. Height-wise, you can see it's very similar to, I mean, it's basically the cousin, you would call it, of this leg. That's the turn version, that's the square version. Then we have a taller leg. This one here is FL386. You can see, same sort of principle, tapered evenly on all four sides, but obviously taller than this particular leg. This one uses a 5/16 flag screw. Then we have FL375. Once again with a 5/16 flag screw. This one is tapered evenly on all four sides. And then we have two very similar legs. They differ in a small way. This particular one here, I'll grab the pine version. So this is FL864, and this leg here is the same leg, FL864. The difference is this one here is pine and this one here is hardwood Victorian ash. I don't know if you can see the video, whether you can see the difference between the two of them, but obviously one of them is just a lighter coloured timber. So yeah, we've got a hardwood version and a pine version. So that FL864, those legs are actually tapered evenly on all four sides. So we have something similar to that, which is this one here. I'll just put this aside. This one is FL805, so 805 and 864. So the FL805 is maybe a little bit hard to pick up on the camera, but this one's just tapered on two sides. So we've got two sides here which are straight to the ground, and then two sides, adjacent sides, which are tapered. So maybe a little bit hard to pick up, but yeah, just a slight variation of those two legs. Once again, this product code FL805, the one that's just tapered on two sides, that also comes in a Victorian ash. So you've got the pine option or the Vic ash option there. Now when talking about our range of lounge and chest legs, we also have a range of accessories that go with it, and these accessories are more associated with the method of fixing the legs. So you would remember that for a lot of the legs that I showed you just before, they have what is a 5/16 lag screw in them. And we've got a couple of methods we use for fixing those legs into the furniture. Firstly, we have these two small nut certs here. You can see on my hand. There's two different styles. Both of them have an internal thread of 5/16. And then what you would actually do with these nut certs is you would drill a hole into the piece of furniture, the underside of the piece of furniture. This particular one you can see has a coarse thread on the outside here. So you would drill a hole, and then using an Allen key or a hex bit, you would then drive that up into your piece of furniture, securing it in place. This particular one here is a similar setup. The difference being you would drill a hole, and instead of using the Allen key to screw it up in place, these spikes here, you would use a hammer to whack it up under your piece of furniture, and those spikes would hold it in place. In both cases, if you just grab one of these legs like so, you can imagine that's in your piece of furniture, then all you're going to do is you're going to wind your leg onto the particular fitting, like so, screw it up until it obviously reaches the stop. Obviously, when you do drill your piece of furniture, you're going to have to drill the hole deeper so that you've got this thread bit so it can still go up into the particular piece of furniture. But you can imagine that's just a neat way of fixing your particular leg. Same thing again with the T-nut. Exactly the same scenario. You've drilled a hole, you've whacked that up in your piece of furniture. Now you're going to screw the leg in place accordingly. So there are two methods we have. The other method involves something a little bit bigger, which are these leg plates here. And there's two different leg plates that we sell. One is a vertical leg plate for obviously mounting a leg vertically, as you would see here. The other one is an angled leg plate. If you see this leg plate, you can see it's on a bit of an angle. That's obviously for mounting your leg on an angle. So what you would do Same thing again, you'd put the leg plate up like that, so that's the bottom of your piece of furniture there, and then you would screw that leg plate in position. So if you can imagine that leg plate like so, you've got the 3 holes there, you've screwed that leg plate up into your piece of furniture, and you're going to then wind that leg plate into position, sorry, the leg onto the plate. Just screw it all the way through until the leg, can't be screwed any further. So you can imagine there, if that was your leg plate, you can see on an angle, your leg would come off at an angle like so. Once again, you just need to drill a hole in your underside of your furniture deeper so that this screw can go through. So that's the angled leg plate, and then the same thing again, the vertical leg plate. Obviously, this exact same scenario when you put that particular leg on. That's obviously just going to sit vertically under your piece of furniture. So there are just some different fixing methods that we have for these particular legs. We also have a couple of things for the bottom of the leg. One is this what we call adjustable swivel or adjustable glide or a swivel glide. It might be hard to see, but it actually pivots at this point here. So the idea would be with that is that, let's say this is your leg. What you would do is you would drill a hole in the bottom of this leg. You would use one of these 2 insert nuts in the underside of the leg like so. Then this particular fitting here would screw up into this nutsert. The idea would be behind it is, if you imagine, if you had a piece of furniture with 4 legs on it, obviously, and this is up in here, if this is at an angle because of the angled leg plate, then it allows this pivot to nicely sit on the ground while the leg is on an angle. The other thing is, because you've got this thread on it, you can wind it up or down, and the beauty of that is, obviously, if you had a slightly uneven surface, you could just adjust this accordingly so you get a nice even surface, so that obviously your tabletop is nice and even. So that just gives you a bit of flexibility with fixing these legs. The final thing we have are these small range of casters that we sell. There are 2 different styles. There's one here in a chrome or silver finish, and the other one in a gold or brass finish. And how you would fix these legs, same scenario again. You would drill yourself a hole in the underside of the leg. You would then screw this in place, and then if you wanted to give it a little bit more security, you can see there's some little holes on the bottom like so. You would just screw some holes into the underside of your leg. So you can imagine you would screw that up into your leg like so and fix that in place. If you had a square leg, what you could also do is use one of these plates which come with the legs, and you can imagine if that just went up like so, that could fit to the bottom of your leg and might just add a nice little extra feature. But yeah, these casters, obviously there's a wheel and they move along accordingly. It's just something with a decorative effect if you want that piece of furniture where you wanted to move it around. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, don't forget to hit the like button, and also feel free to drop me a comment below, so I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel by clicking the button below, and also remember to turn on that bell notification so that you keep up to date with all the videos that we release. This is Wyatt Groth, signing off.